Hello YouTube. So today I'm back with some other tutorial. Today we will be discussing on the decision tree, and we will also performing the some algorithm regarding the decision tree regression. So as you all know, decision tree is also some other what you can say is a supervised learning algorithm. So here is an also an example for that you can make. Uh, Decision tree is basically you can understand that it is a simple tree-like structure with where branches are some output or the inputs and the nodes are the basic result or it is a condition. So if you need to see what decision tree is or you want some of the graphic visualization, I will provide some images and some data in the link of the description. So let's start making some of the algorithms and performing it live. Initially, let's import all the essential packages which we will require. NumPy, then matplot, mm, pip-lot, then for the data let's import pandas. For just performing this decision making on some dataset, I am using a default dataset which I have already stored and which I have already get from the internet. So I will also provide this data in the description so that you can also perform a small demo for the same. Now as we have the dataset, do I need to print this? What do you say? Let's print this to get the overview what we are dealing with. You will see the simple data set. It's nothing new. All these data sets which we are providing in array will be displayed here in the array form. Let's do something new now. Let's select all the rows in column 1 for the data set. Let's say it X. So for that just erase this and write, let's say X equals to data set for first column only. So how do we select this is as type, then pass the parameter integer and again try to print X so that we can get what we are doing. Let's check this. Basically we are selecting the column 1. So the output, yes, so the output is like 100, 500 and this, it is basically common first. Now for selecting the row second, what we do is, it is simple to make a we are basically making and converting this 2D array in a graphical manner. So we are basically making the points X and Y so that we can use them in the graph which we will be doing further. Again as type int, and this time we will be printing Y. So since Y is lies as you all know, I can't tell you. So how while looks, let's see that. Initially we are only just managing the data here. We are doing nothing new in this. So this is the X, the middle row, and the last row is the Y row. So whenever you are just making a decision, to keep in mind that what is X and what is Y, so that whenever you are collecting data or you are using data for performing the decision tree, you can use it. Now what we have to do, now we got the data in X and Y format. Now we can fit this data with the decision tree. So how we do that is we will use the sklearn library for importing the regressor. So let's just first import sklearn tree, import from decision tree regressor. Now again, let's create a regressor object. Let's say it regressor, decision tree regressor, then just say random state equals to 0 for initially. Now let's fit the X and Y coordinate to the data, not coordinates, data. Sorry, how to fit is fit X comma. So we have now fit the X and Y data in the regressor. Now let's just visualize the data as we have fit the data in the decision tree. So let's just write some small code again for displaying the data. So it is not that much long, but it is still a headache since typing is not my kind of stuff. So now, as you all know, we have np as the numpy. Now we have to arrange the data. So we have to take the minimum of x and maximum of x. Maximum of x, the distance is 0, 0, 1. So the difference which we are currently considering is very much less, so that we can get the accuracy. Then again, reshaping of the data. Now just we have to reshape again. So now let's just plot the original data, and how we do that is plot dot scatter. We are using the type of scattering for x and y with the color of my favorite is red. You can use any of that, it is not much of considered. Now prediction data should be scattered in the format like it is so easy to write everything with this Visual Studio Code. So I love this basically. You can use any of the code editor, but it is all your convenience. Just to discriminate the color, I am using here blue. So now let's just specify some titles for the graph. Since we have make the graph, we have plot the graph, now we have to define the titles for appropriate labeling, basically you can say. Just I'm writing very much small. Then label the x and y coordinates. Though so the x is specifically the production cost, and the y is the profit done by that production, or you can say manufacturing that item. So let's just say y label is the profit which the company is making by producing a particular item within that. No. So finally we have shown the data. Now let's just run the code and let's see what's the output. Okay, he says that the reshape. Okay, of course it will not have that because the spelling of the reshape is not, it was not recommended. I don't know why it's not. It's a very small task and still it is showing you the error. The output would be the basically a tree structured, or you can say a binary structure, which will be having some inputs and the output would be a branch. So let's just, yeah. So here the graph which you can see, which we have done the plot. So the production cost and the profit made by that production. So every node is here is acting as the decision or some of the output for that, and you can hover it and you can see it. Here we also provided the all the data, like at 3000 it was 8000. So at the 3000, you can see we have plot a graph here, and for that you in between 25,000 and 30,000 the decision was made with the profit of particular 5,000 to 8,000 80,000, sorry, 50,000 to 80,000 of range. So basically this was the output which I want to show. Now let's just perform again. What left? Nothing left. Okay, fine. So here was a small program for the decision tree. I hope you would like this video. Please do subscribe my channel, and you will also get update every week, so you can learn about the machine learning, and you can also make some of the projects regarding this. You if you need any help from my side, you can just mail me on the mail ID which I am providing in the description. It would be great. Thanks.